alive.
We're alive. All right. So once again, welcome to the final match of the 2024 National Mystery Bowl for the Western Division. Got Ripley from California, Alice Deal from DC. No, we refer to the team as the team in the team competitions. This beautiful traveling trophy will go to the winner for a year. Perhaps that will be it, because some of these players may be moving into high school next year, but we shall see. In case the name of the school goes permanently on the trophy. So take good care of it, but let's see who's going home with it. Okay, my father Tim will be scoring on the paper, and Rita is up on the easel. Not on the easel, next. Okay, let's do a quick buzzer check for the state of song. Okay, seems all good. Our players off we go into the finals. Best of luck. Toss. A mine in this country, the Shinkolokwe, provided much of the uranium for the Manhattan Project. A leader of this country moved Christmas to June and created the 3 Z's as part of his authenticité movement. He's correct for 10 points. Toss 2. After failing to deliver his home nation to a king of the Fair dynasty, this man was assassinated by agents of King Hakon IV. This man's most famous literary work attempted to link the cultural history of Norway with his native Iceland. That poem by this, not minus, no, minus 0. With his native Iceland, that poem by this man was a Christianized account of Norse mythology. For 10 points, being this Icelandic politician and author of the prose Edda. No, this is Snorri Sturluson. Okay, toss 3. In the Protagoras, Plato relates that after this figure gave qualities like strength and sharp teeth to the animals, he had no gifts left for humanity. This male figure's daughter Pyrrha married Deucalion and was
Prometheus?
No, and was one of the 2 survivors of the deluge. Despite his brother's warning, this son of Iapetus accepted Pandora as a gift from Olympus. 10 points means short-sighted brother of Prometheus. That's time. This is Epimetheus. Toss 4. A corporate attorney who helped found U.S. Steel, Philander Knox, devised this policy initiative to bolster American interests abroad during his tenure as Secretary of State. Offering loans to Liberia in 1913 was the most prominent application. Good for 10. Toss 5. There's the okay. All right. One second. Just emailing something into question protection. Toss 5. This faith's founder wrote tracts such as The Four Valleys and Epistle to the Son of the Wolf, and though uneducated, this faith's founder began to write while imprisoned in the CIA Chal dungeon in Tehran. Yes, that's right. Yeah, they gave Baha'u'llah as the answer, and that's obviously not the faith, but that's good for 10 points. Toss 6. Alberto Nisman accused one leader with this last name of treason after the signing of a memorandum with Iran on the 1994 AMIA bombing. Another leader of this last name who led the Front for Victory Alliance repealed amnesties and pardons for military leaders who killed left-wing dissidents in the Dirty War. For 10 points, give this last name shared by presidents of Argentina, Nestor, and his wife Cristina Fernández.
Kirchner?
Yeah. Okay. Need something specific here. 7. This event led to the destruction of the cloud-surpassing pavilion, which housed its country's first electric elevator. Many European-style brick and stone buildings were destroyed in this event 3 decades.
Did it tell me earthquake in 1923?
I'll take that. Yeah, that's good enough. They say great Kanto earthquake. You gave me the year. You gave me. Toss of 8. Toss. This covert operation in the wake of World War II was the primary mission of the Joint Intelligence Objectives Agency. President Harry Truman sanctioned this operation but forbade the recruitment of Nazi party members, including. Yep. That's for dated 10. Okay. Right, second quarter. Presumed teams and no subs. Possible. 1. Over 3 feet of rain fell on Los Angeles in the year after this event, despite the lack of an El Nino occurrence. The entire population of Sivesi was killed during this event, some of whom washed up on hummus rafts in East Africa. And this event may have influenced...
Like the 2004 tsunamis?
No. And this event may have influenced Edvard Munch to discover an 1893 work. The orange sky in the spring was likely inspired by
the eruption of Krakatoa.
Yeah, that's correct. And your bonus, Krakatoa is located about 100 miles from this volcano, whose 1815 eruption was the largest ever recorded and caused the so-called year without summer. Good. 2. This event led to the Stimson Doctrine, which stated that no government created by aggression would receive American recognition. After this event, the Lisbon Report led one country to leave the League of Nations, and this event was likely perpetrated by the Yep, you got it. And because the Manchukuo puppet state was ruled by this last emperor of China, who had been deposed at the age of 6 during the Qing. Yes, awesome. An effigy of John Hancock was burned in front of this city's Fort Matanzas during the American Revolution. This city was recaptured by its founders after a brief period of British rule in 1783, and the nearby town of St. Mary's, Georgia, was founded the year after the city, also by Pedro Menendez de Aviles, founded in 1565 for 10 points.
St. Augustine's?
Correct. Your bonus, when Florida was ceded to Spain in 1819, St. Augustine was designated one of the 2 alternating capitals of the Florida territory, along with this Gulf Coast city, which was actually settled before St. Augustine, but had been abandoned for nearly 140 years.
Miami?
No, Gulf Coast, so Pensacola. Toss 4. Even though he created the Spirit Animals series, this author only wrote Wild Born, the first of the 15 books in the main series. Although it was not his first published series, The Beyonders was this man's first inspiration to write novels. The setting of this man's first series was based on his childhood daydreams in Connecticut forest, and one of this man's protagonists, Seth Sorensen, was based on this man's brother, Bryson. For 10 points, identify this young adult fiction author of Dragon Watch and Fable even.
Merchant?
This is Brandon Mold. Never. Toss 5. After this ruler's 1912 death, the New York Times referred to his having moved his country from old to new, a transition that involved the removal of over 200 feudal lords in 1871. This monarch, whose rule featured the annexation of a country ruled by the House of Yi, defeated the Republic of the Basil. Yeah. And your bonus, the Meiji Restoration brought an end to this period of Japanese history, which began in 1603 with the founding of the Tokugawa shogunate and takes its name from a former name for Tokyo. Yeah. Awesome. 6. This figure is believed to be identical to Tristo, who is attested to by Tacitus. According to Vafthrudnir, this figure was able to populate the world by creating a 6-headed giant from his feet and creating the first. Yes. And your bonus, Ymir arose out of Gnungat, the Norse equivalent of this primordial Greek goddess of the cosmic void. Yeah, that's what it is. Toss 7. Troops under George Johnston infamously discovered this man hiding under his bed.
Saddam Hussein?
No, under his bed while arresting him. That episode during the Rum Rebellion occurred almost 20 years after this man and his loyalists were cast adrift by Fletcher Christian, who later settled the Pitcairn Islands. In addition to the Pitcairn Islands, the mutineers of the HMS Bounty also settled on this island, where the crew had stopped for 5 months to collect breadfruit. This is just the eating. And number 8, last of the quarter, important buzz, tie. question. Silas Talbot captured the sandwich at this war's Battle of Puerto Plata Harbor. The frigates L'Insurgente, the frigates L'Insurgente and La Vengeance were captured by Thomas Truxtun during this war, and this conflict was ended by the Treaty of Mortefontaine in 1800. The Alien and Sedition Acts were signed by John Adams during the That's correct. The Battle of Puerto Plata involved this American frigate nicknamed Old Ironsides, which is now the oldest commissioned warship in the world.
It uses Constitution.
That's correct. Okay, so important question number 8 there as Red's takes it. So the pick is theirs. And their categories are the Oregon Territory, European revolutions, and apartheid.
European revolutions.
All right, European revolutions, and your reading is simply concerning the revolutions in Europe, meaning the ... Okay, great. So Rena will time it for you. Okay. All right. So again, just the first answer directed at me as always. Should you have any trouble getting through them all? 6 questions on European revolutions. Concerning the revolutions in Europe, name the wife of Louis XVI, who was killed in the French Revolution after correct. The empire in which the Bolsheviks took power following this October Revolution after the
Russian Empire.
That's correct. The communist country in which Nicolae Ceausescu was executed on Christmas
Romania.
Day. Correct. The wave of pan-European revolutions which lasted for over a year, also known as the Springtime of Nations.
1848 revolution.
That's fine. Yep. The fabricated 1989 revolution that led to the collapse of the communist regime in Czechoslovakia.
Velvet Revolution.
Sure. Sweet. The president overturned the 2000 Bulldozer Revolution in Yugoslavia.
Tito, it's not Tito, he's dead.
Milosevic.
Figured it out. Yeah. So 80 points. All right, well done. Can you answer, Alice Steele? Apartheid it is. All right, so concerning the history of apartheid, that is how all of these will go. 60 seconds on the clock. What? Concerning the history of apartheid, name the African country where sure. First post-apartheid president of that country was imprisoned after the Ravoni trial. Sure. The island near Cape Town. Sure. The Johannesburg Township, where students protested the Bantu Education Act. Correct. The 1960 massacre in South Africa against restrictive caste laws, which led to the creation of the Spirit of the Nation. No. The leader of the Black Consciousness Movement who was beaten to death by South Africa. That is correct. Okay, so 5 for 50 and 1 vote for Redwood. So, concerning the history of apartheid, name the 1960 massacre in South Africa against restrictive caste laws, which led to the creation of the Spirit of the Nation.
Sarkville is correct.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So 180 to 130. 180, 130 for Palestinian. Lots of points still to go. 240 is always available. All right, teams, good luck. 8 questions to decide the national title. Quick look through these. Okay, all right. Okay, teams, good luck. Off we go, toss of 1. This university's mascot is named for Oliver Wendell Holmes Jr. This university's first president, Abram L. Sachar, was the chair of the National Hillel Commission and was chosen over an Albert Einstein-supported Marxist scholar. This university was established on the site of the former Middlesex University of Waltham, which did not place quotas on Jewish admissions. For 10 points, name this university in Waltham, Massachusetts, named for a former Supreme Court justice. No, this is Brandeis. Toss of 2. Philip Davidson of McAfee warned of this event, which was alerted with the message, "Crack the sky, shake the earth." A mini version of this event was called the May Offense, and this event led Clark Clifford to replace Robert McNamara. During this event, civilians were executed in the Quay massacre. It's good for 20. median was 50. Toss of 3. Twice each summer since the 1630s, this city annually holds paleo bareback horse. 30 points, and we are tied. Toss of 4. Some of these people worship the supreme deity Io, who may have been introduced as a response to Christian missionaries. The mythology of this group is the origin of stories about the fire goddess Mahuika being robbed by Maui. In this
Polynesians, Hawaiians,
no. In this people's mythology, a boat became the island of Te Waipunamu, and a giant fish became Te Ika o Maui, more commonly known as the South and North Island today. Protected now. 10.
no.
Okay, it specifically says Franco Polynesians. 5. This person received the Best Supporting Oscar nomination in 1977 as Yuri Kopekine in The Turning Point. This person was a principal dancer with the American Ballet Theatre from 1974 to 1978 before holding the company's post of artistic director for 22 years, beginning in 1980. Part of Mikhail Gorbachev's cultural diplomacy involved extending an invitation to, for 10 points, but Latvian ballet dancer known as Misha, who defected to the USA in 1974. This is Mikhail Baryshnikov. 3 to play, 10.8. Also 6. This kingdom was led by a ruler who owned a wooden automaton of a tiger biting into the corpse of an English soldier. 30 points. Okay. It is 40 with 2 to play. Consider your buzzing strategies. Toss of 7. By the time this general arrived to reinforce Euclides, the city of Amphipolis had already been surrendered to the Spartan commander Brasidas. This historian was known to include literary
Thucydides.
He's good for 20. It's anyone's game as we hit the last question. All right, toss of 8. Good luck, teams. This party, which partially formed from barn burner Democrats, nominated the former president, is correct for 30 points. Okay, congratulations, Alice Nielsen National. All right, so you can all head next door over to the main part of Plaza Ballroom. Please keep it down. I imagine that we finished here a little before some of the other games. But just make your way into the ballroom.
I'm gonna end the stream for you, Kristen.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Sorry.